Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the tabernacle of David, though for elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And this lesson is inspired by this video at the second in command in my camp, the brother Shaquat. I posted this video up on the app, and it's a little brief clip. This Jake, he goes by the name of Brother Jay, and he actually breaks down this whole Popeyes chicken frenzy, in which a lot of our people, that's why the scriptures say they're destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because anytime Esau puts a device out there, Jake is always the first one to get caught up in that snare. And if they truly, if Jake wasn't so sleep and they actually studied their enemy just as much as their enemy studied them, then they wouldn't be caught up in these snares that this devil leaves before Jake. Okay? If they actually studied their enemy just as their enemy studied them, then they would not be getting caught up by the devil's traps. All right? And this is just just one of many examples of that, man. Because Jake they're destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. They're Sodom's children. Okay? As a matter of fact, before I play the clip, because he's going to break it down, let me get this real quick in Psalms 64. Because what you're going to hear, which we all, those of us that are in the know, we should already know what time it is. We should already know these things. But the scriptures already said so. All right, this is what our enemy does. All right, this is Psalm 64 and 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." All right, and then when you was at Micah the 2nd chapter, it says, "Woe unto you that work evil upon your beds, because you practice it because it's in the power of your hand." All right, these devils, they do a thorough search. All right, they study you, Jakes, man. They understand that even though you're the poorest of the population, you're the most consuming of the population. That's why they market everything towards you Jakes, especially you Negroes, man. All right, you give your money away, and that's how these nations are able to flourish over you. All right, so they studied you. They know your moves before you even make them. All right, Esau, he's ahead of the game, man. He's ahead of you. He's always 10 steps ahead of you niggas, man. While you niggas on the inside, okay, not having a freaking clue what's going on. Okay, in this truth, when you get freed by this knowledge and wisdom, you get to actually step outside of the matrix and pay attention to what the damn devil is doing on the outside, man. His wicked agendas is not hidden from the men of the Lord, man. Okay, because the Lord has given us the light to see. All right, we're the right hand Illuminati, man. We're the right hand Luciferians, man. And we're paying attention. We seeing exactly what these devils, all right, on the left hand is doing. And they think that is hidden, but the Most High sees everything and his men sees everything. All right. So this is, I'm going to read it again. This is King David. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." They ultimately, like the scriptures say, the wicked plot against the just. Pretty soon, because we already see what these devils are doing, they're going to come for us. All right. They're going to demonize us. They're going to do what they do, because we're known for, pushing righteousness, in the world, man. They hate him that rebuketh in the gates. So they're going to make us an offender for a word, to basically, roughly paraphrase, to set up that snare in the gate so that we don't reprove, so that we don't push this truth out. But it's going to go up either way, man, because you can't stop the program of the Most High. All right. So anyway, it says verse 5, and it's the point. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares. They say, who shall see them? And that's why it says in Isaiah, it was at 29 and 16, woe unto them that seek of deep to hide their counsel. You know, the Most High sees it all, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get another precept before I go back to that. All right, all these different agendas that's being pushed, you know, they use these puppet leaders, these puppet agendas, these celebrities, these entertainers, social media. All this is all a form of witchcraft, you know, to further put you jakes in those snares that these devils have laid out for you, man. It's to keep you basically down and out, destroyed mentally, psychologically, spiritually, and basically not in the good graces of the Most High, man. So that's why it's our job to come behind what this devil's doing and shine the light, man, so you can see, you know, that this devil is trying to destroy you, man. But Jake, you know, instead of, you know, hearkening to the prophets, they're going to basically fan their hand at the prophets. They're going to dismiss what we're saying. They're going to scoff against us, man. So that's why when the Lord does bring ultimate judgment on Jake, hey, man, we ain't going to feel nothing for you. We ain't going to lift up a cry, neither lift up a prayer for you, man. This is Psalms 10 and 15. It says, break thou the arm of the wicked and evil man, seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Okay, and that's how the things of Esau are being searched out. Okay. So let me go back to Psalm 64 and I'll go to the actual video. There's some Jakes out there they got their eyes open. Now, they're not in the truth, but they are paying attention to what this devil's doing, man. Okay. It's verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Popeyes chicken is one of those snares, man. Okay. The whole LGBT agenda, that's a snare. Okay. The new masculinity, you know, putting these metrosexuals on the cover of GQ, talking about it's the new masculinity. That's a snare. You know, these putting these entertainers, you know, basically idolizing them, you know, deitizing them for Jake to worship them. That's a snare. There's so many different things that Esau is doing, man, that if you only knew. Okay. Verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. All right. As it is written in Ezekiel, they are wiser than Daniel, man. They do this a diligent search, man. They search out your psyche. You know, they study the mind of Negroes. You know, what you desire. You know, what you favor, what you spend the most money on. You know, they study your behavior, how you react to certain things. Okay. And that's them having that kind of knowledge about you. You know, they're able to take advantage of you and manipulate you, man. Okay. Oh, they love chicken. So, hey, put that Popeyes chicken, but, you know, don't make sure it ain't healthy. Make sure it's that clone shit. And we're going to load it up with, you know, a bunch of chemicals, you know, a bunch of, laboratory made substances. You know, we're going to make sure we put enzymes in it, hormones, to make these people act a freaking fool, man. You know, that's what Esau does. And then in the dark, he's laughing to the bank, man. Okay. Sitting back and basically, gnashing their teeth and wagging their head at you, man. Astonished. Which is the curse, you know, we shall be astonishment among all people, right? It says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And you got to understand, man, like the scriptures say in Proverbs, they sleep not unless they cause mischief, man. You know, matter of fact, let me get that. So if you understood this about the nature of your enemy, then why would you trust them? Proverbs 4 and 16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. All right, so that's a people. If you paid a close attention to your enemy, you'd understand that this is, their get down. This is how they operate. So why would you trust anything that comes from them, or that's anything that's being pushed or promoted by them? Why in the hell would you even trust it, man? That's why you niggas keep on getting caught up, man. That's why you're dying at alarming rates of these viruses and diseases. That's why you're killing each other in the streets, man. Okay? Because you're filled with consumption, all right? And you're being programmed to obey, all right, the powers that be, through everything that they push through social media and mainstream media, man. All right? So anyway, let's get to the video, and I'm gonna just let it play out.
Popeyes chicken sandwich. It's got everybody acting a damn fool, like they don't have no sense. But what I'm about to show you is the reasoning behind that. See, in 2008, the FDA approved of food cloning. I want you to hear this for yourself before I get into it. Listen up.
After years of detailed study and analysis, the Food and Drug Administration has concluded that meat and milk from clones of cattle, swine, and goats, and the offspring of clones from any species traditionally consumed as food are as safe to eat as food from conventionally bred animals. We understand that members of the public may have strong opinions about animal cloning for agricultural purposes. FDA's mandate is to make science-based decisions based on...
They say that scientifically, it's safe. Is this the same?
Look at our people, man. Look at the end dub, man. You can't tell me we're not destroyed as a people. When you look at our women, I'm not two sisters. I'm talking about the women that's not woken up. That's still dead. You look at them, man. All you see is the dead. That's all you see, man. That's how you know a nation has been destroyed, when you look at the state of their women, man. Look at this, man. That's a freaking drone right there that you see. An over-sexualized drone programmed with all type of liberal, satanic, Luciferian ideologies, man. Totally destroyed. And our people in that mentality, they all fall for Esau's traps, man. They fall for all of them, and that's why they're going to continuously be destroyed, man. All right. So let me continue to play.
Science that says that blacks evolved from apes. Are we talking about that same science? So next, I want you to realize that past presidents have tried their absolute hardest to block or deny this cloning. Clinton was against it. Hear what he had to say.
Is untested, unsafe, and morally unacceptable. 2 days ago, the Senate voted to take the time necessary to carefully craft a bill that will ban the cloning, our ability to use cloning technology for morally acceptable and medically important purposes. Already, you have given us the scientific foundation for this debate. I thank you for that, and I urge you to continue to play an important role as the Senate and then the House considers this very significant issue in the coming year.
If that isn't enough for you, if that does not explain to you how cautious they tried to be about this, I want you to hear what Bush had to say about the abnormalities. He knew from data research that cloning leads to bad behavior, abnormality in animals, and things like that.
In other words, it puts unclean spirits upon you, man. You see, you feed something to a animal, and the animal begins to act abnormal. That's because the substance or the elements that was put inside that animal, it put unclean energy and spirits upon them. It wasn't supposed to enter into the body of that animal. So they do these tests on these animals and see how it changes their behavior. And then they say, well, shit, these niggas, we know these niggas love chicken. So why not market this to them to continuously destroy them? Because we always been at war with Esau, especially with the top. Okay, the international bankers, man, the Illuminati, the elite. Okay. So the effects that they seen it have on these animals, now you niggas are acting the same way. Man.
So if that happens with animals being cloned, what happens when you take a piece of that animal and put it into the body of someone else? Listen to what he had to say.
Despite the fact that laboratory cloning of animals has led to spontaneous abortions and terrible. Despite the fact that laboratory cloning of animals has led to spontaneous abortions and terrible abnormalities.
So if you recall, the chicken came out at first. They ran out, they sold out all over the world. They pulled back. And they said, you know what, we gotta feed billions of people, and we gotta do it fast. So guess what? Now, the chicken is being cloned and modified. This is explaining the stuff you're seeing, the stabbings. This is explaining crazy behavior you're seeing from people. So ask yourself, if you knew they sold 24 million before, they pulled back, and now they're coming back, and you're still consuming the chicken. You knew it was going to sell, but not one time did you think about investing in that stock for Popeyes, because you have a consumer mentality. They know that black people have a consumer mentality. KFC, there's no stabbings for KFC. These other chicken companies don't have this problem. Chick-fil-A doesn't have this problem. They know that black people have a consumer mentality. You market to the black people. You expand among the black people. They will promote and expose everything for you. You're falling victim. Wake up and focus on real black issues.
And it ain't just a black issue. All right, it's an Israelite issue. All the tribes are affected by what this devil does. But Jake is just so stiff-necked and hard-hearted, they refuse to open their eyes and see what's going on, man. You know, so hey, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. You know, we got to stay awoke, man. You know, a lot of Jake out there, they're going to stay asleep. And as long as they stay asleep, they're going to constantly be attacked by the snares of Satan, man. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 6. It says, Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. Why? Because we know that the devil, he goes about, you know, matter of fact, let me end off with that. 1 Peter 5 and 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right. And our people that are still asleep, it's easy for the devil to come and devour them, man, because they sleep. OK, they're a bunch of sheep led to the slaughter, man. You know, so is for the majority of our people, it's no hope. But for those of us that are awoken, hey, we got to continuously stay in the spirit. You know, constantly watch as well as pray. You know, stay vigilant, stay sober. You know, spiritually sober, man. You know, because this devil, man, hey, he's finna go hard, man. To roll out his new world order. 2020 is shaping up to be a very interesting year, man. It's about to be beginning of a new decade. This devil got some stuff brewing in the works, man. If we think we saw anything, you know, this past decade, hey man, this next decade finna be lit. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it with that. Hopefully this was edifying. We give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.